Hey, my name is Nolan Alders. This is my wife Bethany, and this is our home team. Tell us. So I'm from Texas originally. My wife is from Oregon, and we decided to make a move because we really felt like it was God's will for us to come to Nashville. We really didn't know what we were going to do, but Hannah and Joel invited us to attend here. And just from the very first service, we were like, man, this is our church. We may have our own home team, but this church is our larger home team.
As soon as our kids came to Sunday school, they felt right at home. I could tell people really truly cared about them, and it made me really happy and comfortable.
It's 100% out of our comfort zone moving to a new place. Are we just going to get lost in the crowd, or are we going to be able to find a group? And one thing that we loved about GPC is that it's a big church, you could argue, but we didn't get lost in the crowd. The crowd reached out and it pulled us in.
It helped with my sister being here for sure. She was able to plug us into a small group right away. And it's honestly hard to sometimes make new friends when you're a parent and you've got kids. It brings its own challenges, but definitely the people here made us feel welcome, reached out for sure, and that really helped make the transition easier.
When we first came to GPC, first thing that stood out to me was there's a spirit of excellence in this church. And it just resonated with us. We felt like everything that's done here is done at the next level. And you can feel it, you can see it. But there's also a spirit of freedom here that God can come in, and even on top of all the plans that we have, that He can just have His way. And it's the perfect mixture of freedom, but planning and excellence. And we just absolutely love that. What we're trying to do with our kids is instill in them this understanding that church is just something we do. It's part of who we are. It's not an event, but it's part of our identity.
I grew up and church was never an option. It was never are we going to go to church today? It was we're going to church whether or not, unless you're extremely sick or something like that. And I just feel like that's super important to instill in my kids, that when the doors are open at church, that we're there.
In the world that we're in today, a lot of people are going on the defense, and I always purposed it in my heart that I didn't want to raise a defense, but I wanted to raise an offense, because it feels like the whole world's coming against us. And so I love that we can partner with the children's ministry here at GPC, and that they can instill in our kids the values and the culture that we align with, and that aligns with Scripture. That our kids are not, lambs being fed to the wolves, but in fact that they've got the Lion of Judah beside them, and they can walk with confidence and power into what God has in store for them.
So when we first came to GPC, I think Bailey and Oakley were both, Oakley was a little shy and reserved, and it took her a little while to warm up, but I've definitely noticed just on the drive home from school or from church, she'll ask, questions, about God, or, getting to heaven, and it's just kind of made me really happy and excited that we can just talk about it at home before bed. I've definitely noticed them being more aware of why we do what we do.
Well, as you can tell, our family's kind of all over the place, and we literally have our youngest over here throwing toys. Won't stay in the frame, but that is what family is. Family is, it's up and down, it's imperfect. There's challenges, there's going to be dirt, spilled milk, all kinds of craziness, and we have to understand that that's okay, and accept that we can still live for God and move forward, and just accept that, we're not always going to be on a high. Sometimes we're going to be down in the valley, but keep moving forward. Keep moving forward, because everything is just in a time, it's just a season, and God's got a bright future for us.
Family can be messy, dirty, it can be crazy sometimes, but we love it, and this is our home team.
Dude, this guy.
He's just throwing cars in it.